Certified Network Associate program. So here we will start with the very initial part, that is networking fundamental, and later on we will discuss topic wise each and every things. So let's get started. So when it comes to the CCNA, it starts with the very basic, like what is network and what is networking, right? So a network is all about the connection between two or more devices. For example, let's say you have a computer and you got a different computer. So PCA and PCB. Now you have some information here. Let's say you have some videos available in this, and you might wanted to share that videos in this particular computer. So the very first thing is you will have to keep a specific requirement that yes, I need to share this information. So first you will have to go ahead and connect this particular PCs to this PCs by using some media. It's like you can go ahead and use the wire media and connect these two computers together. Once they are connected, you can go ahead and share this particular videos now. So that's where network is all about. The interconnection between two or more devices will be called as network. And why we need the network is basically used to share the information among all of your interconnected devices. This is a basic need. So what is network? Network is all about the interconnection of two or more devices will be called as network. And what is networking? The communication between or among interconnected devices will be called as networking here. So make sure network is all about the interconnection of your devices. It's like between two computers or between 1,000 computers, you can go ahead and establish the connections, and later on you can go ahead and share the informations which will be the communication among interconnected devices, which is known as networking. Now what is the basic need of your networking here? So the very first thing comes is all about your file sharing. Consider file sharing is basically the example what we have already taken, like computer A, computer B, and sharing some videos. The same thing, we need a particular network so that a user can go ahead and share the network drive with the document, with the pictures or any other files. So it's like PCA and PCB, they are connected to each other. Now you can go ahead and share the information from one of the PCs to another PCs here. That's like, let's say you have some videos, some audio file, or maybe any other files that you go ahead and share it. That's what your file sharing. Like that, you may have the requirement and share the information like this. See, resources sharing. It's like we can go ahead and share the resources over the network as well. For example, printer. Consider you have the multiple user in your company, and there is only one printer available. So how will you be able to use? Normally you connect your printer to user one and make the use of your printer. Then again disconnect, connect to another, and you'll be able to use. Again you need to disconnect, connect to other user, and you'll be able to use it. So it's like normally you will have to connect the printers directly to each and every users here, and that's what is not at all a best method. So what we do generally we go ahead and do a particular resource sharing in the network. It's like this is your printer, and your printer is now getting connected with your some of the network, let's say a switch network, and later on you are going to connect all of your users from here itself. It's like all of the users can go ahead and now connect to a particular network. So what's the benefit is about, a user will be able to use this particular printer and you will be able to take the printout. Similarly, a different user also will be able to take the same thing. A different user also will be able to take it. So it's like we can connect a printer to a network that is used by the multiple users. No need to connect the printers directly to each and every computers. That's what your resources sharing is one of the example. Like that, you may have the requirement of the application sharing as well. See this? Application sharing, it's like you have a specific applications, and that might require that specific application access to multiple users. So you may need to share the applications as well, just like your printers. See here, we might have the user that required the access to same applications. For example, in your finance department, let's say you have a 5 users and they need to access the same applications. So generally we do not install these kind of application in each computers individually. We basically install the application on specific servers, and then we perform the application sharing so that your number of users will be able to access the same application from the central server itself. That's the major best practices you can follow. Now, apart from that, one of the point which we need to remember is very, very important is this, is about a network. See, a network can be very small, such as between two computers itself. It's like a network can be very small where two computers are directly connecting to each other. As well as a network can be very large, such as internet, where the millions of devices, billions of devices are interconnected to each other. So make sure network can be very small, such as between two computers you can connect, or a network can be very large like internet. This is a very important point. Now, apart from that, let's move ahead and see some of the other fundamental things. So it's like we are going to hear the network transmission mode. So it's all about simplex, half duplex, and the full duplex. It's like you can send the information, you can receive the information one by one, or you can go ahead, send, receive at the same time. That's what. So see, in simplex what happens, in simplex mode the communication is unidirectional, as on one-way street, just like your one-way street. Only one of the devices can go ahead and transmit the information. It's like a single zone, it's like a single street, one-way street. Like you can send the information, just enough, you can just send the information, other device will only receive, other device will only send. This is what simplex. When it comes to, you can send the information and you can receive the information one by one, not at the same time, one by one. You send the information and then you receive the information as well, but not at the same time. That is basically considered as half duplex. You have full duplex, is all about you can send the information and you can receive the information at the same time. That is called full duplex. See, just go through this. Simplex, as we know, it is just like a one-way street, just unidirectional communication. When it comes to your half duplex, is all about both the devices can go ahead and send and receive the information, but not at the same time. That's very important. Make sure when one of the device is sending, the other device has to receive only, and the vice versa. So half duplex is all about you can send the information, receive the information, but not at the same time. Next is your full duplex, is all about you can send the information, you can receive the information at the same time. That's what is known as your full duplex. So simplex, half duplex and full duplex is very important to remember. And major point to note down is about full duplex, you will find most of the devices full duplex, like mobile devices, your laptop, your routers, your switches, all the devices you will find full duplex nowadays. Very specific case you may find simplex, you may find half duplex. Now, so the next point is about the type of communications. Again, this is also a very fundamental things, like type of communication is all about your broadcast, multicast and unicast. Now, what does it mean by broadcast? So a very simple point, broadcast is all about where one device is going to send the information and rest of all will receive the information. It's like a company has an owner. For example, your CEO is going to speak and all of the employees are going to listen the same. So that's what your broadcast. Multicast is all about one to many or one to specific group. It's like not the CEO. Now maybe head of the department is going to speak and specific department people will listen the same. So that is your multicast. Unicast is one to one. So make sure broadcast we are one to all, multicast one to many or one to specific group, unicast is one to one communications. So this is what the type of communications you need to remember. And this is putting the end of your particular chapter. Thank you. We will see you in the next.